Morning, folks. Today's soap is going to be Mystic Oud. It's by Worx. That right down there is South Florida Wet Shavers. You can find this soap on Etsy. It's a relatively hard soap. You can put your finger in it, but it's still a pretty firm soap. Not a hard puck by any means, but it's still pretty firm. And I got the matching aftershave to go right along with it. Got my alum block with the rubber band. I'd drop it every time if I didn't have it. Humphreys witch hazel. And today the razor is going to be, this is a standard razor. This is in what they refer to as a raw form. You can kind of see right here, there is no overhang of the blade sticking out over here on each end. And I'll take it apart at the end of the shave and show you the difference with this particular razor. I've got it all whipped up here in this bowl. This is a horsehair brush, Vie Long. I've already put the hot towel to the face. Bloom water. Go ahead and re-wet the face here. If it looks like I got a little bit of sun yesterday, it's because I did. Here locally, the town has what they call rooster days. So what we have going on is they'll have a parade, and we went to that event. Of course, my son was in it. He's in the band. He's working his way up through school, playing in the band. He plays the clarinet and also a tenor saxophone. And he's trying to be I guess you might say, play more so on the tenor saxophone as opposed to clarinet. Clarinet's just where he started at. And the turnout at the parade was pretty good size. I like this handle. So anyhow, we took pictures and everything, and then through the parade route, we're part way through, and then my wife decided that she wanted to videotape. She wanted to videotape him at the very end of the parade. So, not that she was running, but she was moving pretty fast, trying to catch up with him and be there at the end for him to videotape him. And when they're at the very end of the parade, it was a sight to see. In other words, the blade I have in this razor, Astra SP. That's the green ones. Yeah, here they are. I like these blades. I feel like they're right up there with Persona in my opinion. I use either one. I'd be quite happy with either one of those blades. They usually work with most of the razors I've ever tried them in. If you haven't tried this razor, there is just a little bit of feedback. When I first got this razor, I haven't been shaving all that long. When I first got it, when you look at the grand scale of how long somebody shaves in their lifetime, yeah, I hadn't had it very long, especially wet shaving. I started wet shaving in 2015, so I hadn't had this razor very long. I thought this thing was the most aggressive razor I ever had. But it was, I think, more due to the fact that my skin was still adjusting to having a blade on it, because I used to have a full beard. It does have a little bit of feedback to it. This particular version is what they refer to as in the raw version. I think it comes in black, and I think it's in gunmetal also. Comes with a stand. I didn't get a stand. I don't, especially at that point in time, I really didn't, for what I do, have a need for a stand. But it does come with one if you're wanting one. Just depends on how your setup is in your den. I've already got a through my wife's travels through the thrift stores, which is one of those things she likes doing, because it's what we refer to as finding treasures. Because you'll be surprised what you'll find in a thrift store. And what she found two of them, each one of them being different. She found a pipe stand, you know, tobacco pipe. It's not quite as popular as it used to be back in the day, but especially like when I was growing up. But she found a pipe stand, and it was perfect for putting in the razors. So you can kind of tell this lather. I got plenty of lather. Creamy, in my opinion. Doesn't dissipate. The scent is, it is a light scent, but it doesn't dissipate. Which is, for me, usually if it's a light scent, partway through the shave, I don't even smell it anymore. And that's with my nose. Your nose, you know, you might have better luck with it. But with mine, partway through the shave, I won't even smell it if it's a very light scent. And I can still smell it, so even though it's light, it still has that staying power, if you will. It has been a while since I shaved with this razor. It's been on trying to figure out when to work it into the rotation, because it was right up till this morning. I've been wanting to shave with it for a while, but I usually just use Sundays for the DE shaves. And well, matter of fact, this is what I was almost to shave with this morning, so it'll be next Sunday. And it has an Astra SP in it also. I'm kind of anxious to shave with it. See what kind of shave I get out of it. This this razor is has a different setup. I mean, besides that the razor is made out of what they refer to as aircraft grade aluminum. It's lightweight. The handle is smooth, but it is not slick. I've never had a problem when I was just shaving strictly with DEs. Never had a problem hanging on to the razor, even with it being smooth. But typically in a number of DE razors, the post is in the head or the cap. In mine, this particular one, I have not changed it since I've got it. It's in the handle. They do offer some screws to, in case for some reason that screw should come out. I never had a problem with it. To be honest with you, I don't anticipate having a problem with it. Like I said, it does have a little bit of feedback. I like the feedback. And those that shave underneath the nose, not having that overhang probably is pretty nice. It's not an issue for me, but not having the overhang is probably pretty good. Nice feature in a razor. I've never had an alignment problem either. You just drop that blade in there, tighten it down, snug it up, it's ready to go. I've never had any alignment problems with this razor. I'd almost have to say it's probably close to one of the, without, you know, when it comes to three-piece razors, not twist open. But when it comes to three-piece, it's probably one of the easiest ones I got, where I just drop the blade in and go. I don't even have to worry about the blade alignment. It's always right there where it's supposed to be. Always got the, every once in a while I got a spot. Seems like it's always stubborn. It's I can usually catch most of it, but every once in a while, especially right there, I don't know what it is. It's stubborn. It does not want to shave sometimes. Soap's really nice. This is the first time I've used this soap. And I don't think, yeah, I'm pretty sure, I don't think the alum block's going to have much to say about this shave. I miss shaving with that razor. It is one of my quote-unquote first expensive razors. Expensive by my definition. Alum block. I do know they get more expensive than that, than this one here. I got it on sale. So the going rate right now, I think, is right around, for this one here, I think with the stand, $70, I think, something like that. Yeah, even with all that extra shaving right there, not feeling a thing. Oddly enough, I am over here though. Yeah, I think it's just one of those things. I just, one side of the face that seems, this side over here, if it's going to get irritated, it's going to be right here. And I don't know why. Maybe one day I'll find out as I get older. Humphreys witch hazel. In other words, I don't know if that's a telltale sign of something going on with my skin right there, and that's eventually going to get worse, or it's just the way I'm made. I do put witch hazel on my head. You can tell by the top of my head it does get banged up, bouncing into things. If you never smell this stuff, it's an oud, of course, Mystic Oud, but it's not like Figaro. The two ouds are totally different. This one's not even close to smelling like Figaro. The restrictor, that's what it looks like. In other words, you got to work at getting some of it out, which is probably a good thing if you don't like it coming out real fast. It's a lot like the soap. The two pair up real well, in other words, in that the soap and the aftershave to me smell a lot alike. That's not always the case. Figaro, for instance, the soap and the aftershave is to me is different. Still the oud, but the aftershave has a more of a smooth, warm feeling to it. You can feel the moisturizing properties in this aftershave. Nice post-shave feel. Okay, anyway, today's soap, Mystic Oud K-Shave Worx. Oh, I should have mentioned, meant to. This soap is not a thirsty soap. At least using it with my horsehair brush here. It is not a thirsty soap, so that's something you might be aware of. Shaver of the day, standard razor in the raw form. And I'm going to go ahead and take this apart. That's what I'm talking about. Don't know if you can tell how that screw is put in there. But the website, they offer some replacement screws if it should come out. I think for the bag and 2 or 3 screws it's like $5. Not a whole lot. That's what the inside looks like. It's very lightweight, made out of aluminum. I mean, this thing is, if you see me shave with the Shavette Focus Slim, it's made out of all aluminum. It's very lightweight, just like that. Doesn't have a whole lot of weight to it. And typically, lightweight razors give me a hard time. Matter of fact, there's my blade. Lightweight razors give me a hard time. I have to be extra careful with them because I'll end up putting too much pressure on the blade and the razor. End up with a not so good shave. Don't have that problem with this one here being made out of aluminum. That's what it looks like underside when it's put together. Don't see a whole lot of shave of the days with this one. For me, my shave today, as an example, it went great. Nice shaver. And if I'm not mistaken, I think this is their blade of choice to go with this razor. Had a great shave today. Hope everybody does well on Mother's Day. Till next time, smooth shaves to you.